What's your favorite underappreciated novel? I mean, how do you qualify something as underappreciated? Like, things that you just don't see people talking about? Because, I mean, there's a lot of books that I don't see people talking about, but that are, like, really good. So I don't even know how to, like, quantify this question in terms of anything, because I mean, it's not like I see a whole bunch of people talking about Fruits Basket. That's up there, you know. But Fruits Basket is amazing, but that book also came out forever ago. And I mean, like, I've already said my favorite author is Josephine Angelini. Of course I'm gonna say that her books are incredibly underappreciated, because I very rarely meet other people who have read her books, and that's really sad. I don't even see her books being talked about on, like, the Clock app, and I'm like, she deserves it, because these are amazing books. So I mean, do you really see people talking about the Chronicles of Narnia anymore either? Those are debatable. Or, like, this series actually has a whole bunch more books. I don't even know what to call the series. It was written by Cinda Williams Chima, and I think the first one was The Warrior Heir in the series, and then there's, like, a whole bunch more that was, like, trad published through Disney Hyperion, apparently, according to the label on the side of the book. Like, I don't think I've ever seen people talk about those books, and even when I was reading them in school, I don't remember other students talking about them, and I really enjoyed them. I reread The Warrior Heir recently, and I was like, this is still a really good book. Or, like, earlier, or one of my other videos, I mentioned the Nevermore trilogy, which the first book's still over by my computer, but this is, like, the second book. And then I also have the third book, Will Make Everything Fall, because it's hardbound and it's it's holding up my Chima, because my bookshelf is overflowing and I refuse to use the shelf for anything other than Josephine Angelini. But, like, this series, I've never heard anyone talk about this series. I've never found other people who have read this series, and yet this is, like, one of my favorite things. I really loved the retelling of Edgar Allan Poe, and it's so inspiring. And I mean, these books are not small. The first one was, like, over 500 pages. The second one is somewhere around 429. Like, these are chunky books. And they're so enjoyable, but, like, people don't talk about them. So I don't know, those are just, like, a lot of books that I would rep as being really good stories. Ooh, found another one on my bookshelf. That is the third book in the series. My bad. They're stacked very awkwardly. Alright, here's the first book, second book, third book. Like, I don't hear people talking about this series, especially when they talk about, like, Hades Persephone retellings, which are very popular, and I do love them. Like, this is a Hades Persephone retelling, but Persephone still exists, and there's this new character called Kate who has to take over for Persephone because Hades is going to fade out of existence, and Persephone left him for Adonis. Like, it's really good. It's really, really good. And nobody talks about this series. More rep for... I'm a huge Greek mythology fan. More rep for this series, too. My goodness. So, I don't know. Are those underappreciated?